What's up everybody? Welcome back to Broke Man Finance. If you're already a fan of Workhorse stock, or if you're thinking about investing into Workhorse stock, then this is the video made just for you. Now, many of you may already know that most of the excitement or the buzz about Workhorse stock is really dependent on one thing: their ability to score this $6 billion contract with the United States Postal Service for the next generation delivery vehicle. So how likely, in realistic terms, is Workhorse's chance of scoring such a lucrative deal? Well, the first big news is that Mahindra recently dropped out of the running for the contract, leaving Workhorse one of three companies to get the grand prize project that's worth up to $6 billion. So those of us that like numbers or like doing math, if you're into finances, mathematically speaking alone, this increased Workhorse's chances from 25% to 33.3%.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So that leaves Oshkosh, Karsan, and Workhorse as the three remaining companies. Now, I'm not a big fan of Karsan getting this contract, and here's why. The contract with the USPS mandates that the new next generation delivery vehicle must be manufactured in the United States. Karsan is a Turkish-based company, although they have agreed to partner with Morgan & Olson, a Michigan-based company, if they get this contract to build the next generation delivery vehicle. I just don't see a Turkish-based company winning the contract. We all know that politics will play, if anything, a small part in getting this contract, and I just don't see that the general American public being sold on a contract for a vehicle that is delivering their mail each and every day that is associated with a Turkish company that has had rocky ties and or diplomatic issues with the United States the past several years. So that leaves this contract with two companies in the mix. That's Oshkosh and Workhorse. So if you don't know anything about Oshkosh is a large vehicle manufacturing company. They deal with a lot of products with the Department of Defense, and they've held contracts over the past many years that's been worth up to
billions and billions and billions and billions
of dollars. At the same time, they've been able to establish their brand by producing quality and reliable vehicles to mainly the United States military. In addition, with this talks of the USPS Next Generation Delivery Vehicle contract, Oshkosh has partnered up with the Ford Motor Company to build this vehicle. So here are some pros that lean towards Oshkosh's favor in securing this $6 billion contract. First one is they're a larger company that's been established for many years and have experience producing quality vehicles for the United States government. Number two is they have lots of experience working with the government agencies, developing and writing these contracts, and really looking for the buzzwords or the keywords that the United States government wants in these contracts. Think of it of grants or other type of loans that companies work with, and knowing the terminology and the mindset that the government wants to see and able to win over a contract. Number three is multiple locations in order to build this next generation delivery vehicle. They outnumber Workhorse vastly on this because they have over 20-something manufacturing locations all around the world. They are able to produce this vehicle probably at a faster and more efficient pace than Workhorse can. And lastly, they're partnering with the Ford Motor Company, which is obviously a huge company and has a vast amount of resources, engineers, and just the experience of already working in the electric vehicle race. So now let's talk about Workhorse and their pros or their chances of scoring this contract. First is a lot of hype and national attention towards this company. If you're on Robinhood, Webull, it doesn't matter what trading platform you're on, you know that Workhorse is a very well-known, talked about stock right now for options trading, buying, selling, mainly because of the hype for this contract. Number two is they're the only all-electric vehicle option right now between them and Oshkosh in the mix. Number three is they've partnered with VT Hackney, a well-known established truck chassis builder for this project. Now, if you don't know anything about VT Hackney, if you've been on vacation, you've been driving down the road, anything in the news, you see a tractor trailer, a fire truck, an ambulance, chances are VT Hackney was the company that manufactured that truck chassis. And lastly, the Lordstown Motor Company, which has partnered with GM. Recently, if you've watched any of the prior videos, you know Lordstown Motor bought the Lordstown assembly plant from General Motors and are backed up by General Motors, in addition to their partnership with Workhorse for future builds. Now, I personally still believe that there's a chance that this contract may be split, meaning that Workhorse or Oshkosh, whoever gets the main bid or main contract, is not going to be the sole recipient of it. There's nothing that I've read, of course I haven't read it in depth, I'm not privy to information, but all the news releases, all the news article, there's nothing that I've read that indicates that whoever gets this contract is going to be the sole recipient. Meaning that the government can say, hey, we're going to give Oshkosh 75% and Workhorse 25%, vice versa. It's just an example of the numbers. The good news right now for this contract is we all know that it's been pushed and delayed because of the COVID-19. However, with recent news of the United States Postal Service coming to light with their massive loss of revenue the past several years, the mail-in voting, recently Nancy Pelosi recalled Congress back to DC and talk about trying to get some more funding for the United States Postal Service. It's getting a lot of attention. This has really turned into more of a political fight more than just a contract fight. So I think that the chance of this contract being announced before November's election is with a great possibility. But as I've said all along, regardless if Workhorse wins this contract or not, I think they are still a great company with a lot of upside and a lot of potential for them. If you're looking at this as far as a speculative growth stock, then I agree with you. This is a stock that's still less than $20. I think today is around $17 and some change. I think it does have a lot of potential. However, if they do not win this contract, I don't see this stock really taking off the way people such as you and I are wanting it to, but I still think that it can grow into a very profitable stock down the road. Guys, that's all. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you think Workhorse has a good chance of getting the contract, or if you're leaning towards Oshkosh. I would love to hear your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching the video and stay safe.